Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we were trying to get psychoanalyzed because we're trying to fill out this form here to get into Brady Culture's home for former child stars. We need to have these mental issues, one of which is a desire to marry their mothers. That is apparently one of the symptoms we're looking for. There's 3 symptoms altogether, and we've already found the first 2. With a bit of effort, I should say. But at the very least, we're still interacting with things, and that's always fun. Now then, let's go ahead and take care of this.
I'd like to tell you about another mundane but strangely compelling dream I had.
All right, let's examine your disturbing subconscious desires a bit further. Okay, tell me what happened.
Alright, so his dream apparently always starts in the office, and we need to figure out something that would involve a desire to marry their mother. And we got plenty of interactions here. And let's just go straight for this person.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, you had a special guest. Who was it?
Max, Bosco, you, me.
It was me!
You? I think you represent yourself.
I didn't even realize that was possible.
Oh, sure, any crazy thing's possible in psychoanalysis. Tell me, did the other you say or do anything unexpected?
No, the usual. Hi, Sam. How are you? I'm fine, Sam. And yourself? Not too shabby.
Fascinating. Where does your mind come up with this stuff?
Good question.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
Okay, let's have some fun with this.
It was Max.
Ah, yes, your imaginary friend.
Excuse me, I'm standing right next to you, lady.
In your dream, was Max doing anything unusual?
Well, he was saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the tune of Camptown Races.
I pledge allegiance to my gun, doo-dah, doo-dah.
But that's not unusual.
I'm glad we can choose different options
I
here.
realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
It was Bosco from the inconvenience store.
Ah, yes, you go to him when you need things. Yes, he represents your father.
Bosco's my daddy?
Symbolically, yes.
Literally, I sure hope not.
In your dream, was Bosco doing anything peculiar?
He did say something rather unexpected.
I may not show it much, but I love you, Sam. Now go wash my car.
Yes, that's just what I expected.
This is the only time we get to see Bosco from the waist down, by the way. Apparently, he wears shoes.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
I'm now glad that I am saving this dream sequence for this episode, because this is going to be fun. And hopefully less confusing than the whole word association thing.
It was you!
Me? My. Oh, I represent your mother.
You do?
Of course. The feelings of trust, of safety. Besides, I figure the old hag's gotta be in there somewhere. That's Psychotherapy 101.
Insightful.
Tell me, in your dream, was I doing anything queer?
You did say something pretty queer.
You ungrateful pup! I went through 3 weeks of labor for you! Wow, it is your mother. I was right, as I usually am.
Okay, so that's one of the things. So we can't interact with Oh, I remember now. Oh, I knew there was something suspicious about Jesse James's hand up there. But that didn't come until now.
I noticed a plaque above the closet bearing Jesse James's severed hand.
Well, only in a dream, huh?
Okay, that's not one of the things.
I didn't notice anything unusual there.
Then why do you mention it?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I noticed something weird sticking out of the rat hole.
The rats are pests. They represent something bothersome. Tell me, what was in the hole?
Actually, there was nothing in the rat hole.
Well, nothing bothers you. It's always good when you're not smart enough to know you should be bothered.
What?
I noticed something weird sticking out of the rat hole.
Something bothersome. What was it?
It was a hot weenie of indeterminate maturity.
A weenie in a rat hole. Nope, no symbolism there.
Well, then let's
I
keep
noticed
trying.
something weird
Something
It's probably this. So we're gonna go with fish first.
It was a poor little fish, gasping for air, and yet totally unharmed, in case you're a member of an animal cruelty organization.
a fish out of water. Perhaps you're bothered by feelings that you don't belong.
Maybe so.
But trust me, Sam, you belong in therapy.
We'll try
I
that
noticed
best.
Something
Try this one.
It was that staple office knickknack, the clacking balls. Not unlike the ones on your desk.
Oh, do you not like the balls?
No, Sybil, I don't like the balls.
Well,
Okay, only the fish provided symbolism, so let's go with
I
that.
noticed
something.
It was a poor little fish, animal cruelty organ.
A
Maybe so.
But trust me, Sam, you belong.
So that's the only thing that kind of symbolizes something.
I noticed something bizarre in the closet.
Yes, we put things in the closet we want to hide away, things we're ashamed of. Please, Sam, what's in your closet?
A camera, lottery tickets, parking meter, nothing. No idea which of those would result in anything to do with Mother.
As a matter of fact, the closet was bare.
Totally shameless, then. Can't say I'm surprised.
It's not gonna be nothing.
I noticed something bizarre.
Ah, something you're...
A hidden video camera.
I think someone may be secretly ashamed of his voyeurism.
Nope, I'm proud.
I noticed something bizarre in the closet.
Ah, something you're ashamed of. What was it?
A whole stack of lottery tickets.
Interesting. Perhaps you feel you don't really earn your money.
Don't worry, lady. We get paid to crack skulls, and by that measure, we ought to be millionaires.
I noticed
Ah,
a parking meter.
a parking meter? Why would you possibly be ashamed of that?
Well, we did run over the meter in front of our building once or twice.
Or every single time we ever park there.
I don't think it's parking meter.
I noticed something
Ah,
Voyeurism? Let's go with that.
a hidden video.
Nope.
Nothing unusual there. Not a thing was on TV.
suggesting you feel television is an intellectual wasteland, devoid of any and all worthwhile content.
No, that can't be right.
I kind of like TV. They got some good stuff.
I prepared to leap out of the window.
Oh, was that the end of your dream?
No.
No, wait, I forgot something.
Oh, do continue then.
So there's more than one exit to this dream. Is that going to play a part?
I noticed something odd on the dartboard.
Oh, something you're shooting for. What was your target?
There was nothing on it, actually.
Oh, nothing to shoot for, huh? I see, I see.
I noticed something odd on the dartboard.
What was the target?
It was a psychotherapy diploma.
Interesting. Do you secretly want to become a therapist?
No, I publicly want to become a therapist.
Oh, you kidder. Please, try to be serious.
I noticed something odd.
What was the...
It was a garish tattoo.
Wow! Wow, that is so deep.
In other words, you don't know what it means.
No.
Well, the fact that it has Mom on the tattoo is probably a pretty good indication that that is our goal.
I noticed something.
Well,
But gonna try the toilet brush anyway.
It was a beautiful picture of a toilet brush.
Freud warned of this. Tell me, Sam, do you take pleasure in moving your own bowels?
I take pleasure in moving others.
Oh, that face he made. That's a no.
I noticed something.
What was the...
It was a garish.
What?
In other words, you...
No.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
Ah, the water cooler, a source of refreshment. What was in it?
Rat, gun, magazine.
Actually, it was empty.
Nothing to refresh you, huh? Interesting.
Okay, the fact that nothing is an option on some of these makes me wonder if I want them to be nothing because they would throw things off. That parking meter... or this camera? I don't know.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
A source of refreshment. What was it?
It was a crisp new copy of Self-Loathing Weekly.
Oh, that is refreshing. I never miss an issue.
I noticed something. It was a massive death-dealing revolver.
You subconsciously find revolvers refreshing?
Oh no, it's quite conscious, I assure you.
I noticed
A source of...
there was a grubby little rat floating in there.
You subconsciously find rats refreshing? Well, I guess that explains why you moved into this neighborhood.
Nothing about them seems to do with mothers.
I noticed some.
So maybe we'll set this to nothing.
Actually, hanging on the coat rack was a necktie in the shape of a noose.
Oh my. Sam, I'm not sure how to put this, but I think you may need a therapist. Oh wait, I forgot I am one.
As a reminder, they actually do have a therapist there. I'm gonna go back to the closet, because I'm not certain enough about the voyeurism thing.
I noticed some. As a matter of fact,
What was the fish again?
I noticed some.
Something.
It was a poor little fish, gasping from a cruelty organization.
A fish out of water. Perhaps you're bothered by
Maybe so.
But trust me, Sam.
Okay, I'm gonna say nothing in the rat
noticed
hole. Because it has nothing to do with being a mom.
Actually,
What bother?
We're going to only keep the options that directly reference mom.
I noticed something strange growing on my plant.
Yes, the plant represents a source of sustenance. What was on it?
Needles, money, soda can, a dead leaf.
The plant was bare, but for a single decaying leaf.
How sad. Well, good thing it's just a dream.
One of these is bound to be another
I
mom
noticed
thing.
something strange growing on my plant.
A source of sustenance. What was on it?
I'm kind of figuring this out on my own as well. I don't directly remember the answers, I just kind of remember how to get to them.
Needles. It was a cactus.
Your sustenance is needles. Is there something you want to tell me, Sam?
Yes, there is. This isn't costing me anything, is it?
She didn't answer.
I noticed something.
A...
A hefty sack of cash was in full flower.
Oh, you think money grows on trees? You're dreaming.
I noticed some.
A...
It was a can of some unknown carbonated beverage.
I think you need a dietitian, not a therapist.
I noticed some.
Hmm.
The plant was bare, but for a single.
How sad. Well,
There's not a nothing option for that. Is there any... Oh!
I remembered that I'd just gotten something from the bakery.
oh, sounds like you and your special guest there were having a little celebration. What did you get?
Birthday cake, a wedding cake? That's gotta be the correct answer, but we're gonna check the others anyway.
It was a cheesecake. And I mean literally a piece of cheese in a cake.
What does that represent?
No, that doesn't mean anything. It's just random nonsense.
I had just gotten something.
For a celebration, perhaps?
Yeah.
It was a fruitcake.
A fruitcake! The fruitcake, commemorates the day when your loved ones finally cart you off to the funny farm.
Then you can be sure to expect a fruitcake from me, lady.
I had just gotten something new from the bakery.
For a celebration, perhaps? What did you get?
I really feel like if I kept the other options, it would mess up the results, so hopefully this doesn't have any importance. The leaf over there.
It was an overly frosted birthday cake.
Someone's another year closer to the grave, eh?
Why did the camera look at Sybil?
I had just gotten something new from the bakery.
For a
It was a wedding cake, ripe for the toppling.
Wait a second. Wedding cake, your mother. You subconsciously want to marry your own mother.
Well, this is a blow.
This is a definite symptom of artificial personality disorder.
Yes, I mean, I hope it's not serious.
I'd better mark this on your chart.
Okay, so those were the only two options that were important.
Wow! It must be artificial personality disorder. You've got all the signs. I bet I can get a paper out of this.
Best ship me off to some sort of home for former child stars, then.
I've signed this admissions form, but you'll have to arrange your own transportation. I'm about to be really busy publishing the details of your case.
Since you're crazy, can I drive?
Jumping vehicular homicide. No.
Boy, I was waiting for that one. But if there was one thing that I really wish this was still my first playthrough, it's that moment. I cracked up hard the first time that joke was made. It's still funny, it's just not as funny as the first time. So we succeeded! Awesome! We can move on now. Awesome! So, we need to make our way back to the home.
Where we going, Sam?
Back to Brady Culture's home for former child stars.
Oh, okay.
Alright. I don't think there's anything... Unless he says something new.
What'll we do?
Stick the form in the slot so we can go inside and take down that has-been hypnotizing Brady Culture.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing we kind of want to do, doesn't it? Now, do I want to take an episode break right here? I might want to do that. How much is left? I'm trying to remember. Because, let's see here. I remember going in there and seeing stuff. I wish I could remember when I started this episode. I forgot to make note of the time. 10 minutes, 5 minutes? Okay, we're going to end this episode. We're going to go ahead and take a break here, and we'll continue this in just a bit. So, I would like to thank my patrons for being my patrons, including Ixion and Drew Dracopolis. And of course, I'm going to give a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. When we come back, we're going to head into Brady Culture's home for former child stars and do the thing that Max said to him. I'll see ya then.